Good morning, caregivers. It's Tasty Thursday on What's Going On with Mama, and today is March 7th. Before you know it, we're going to be the middle of the month, and March 15th is my mama's 80th birthday, and I am excited to make her a lemon pie. That's what she requested, and celebrate with her. Well, I wanted to thank our sponsors today, Life in the Carolinas, lifeinthecarolinas.com. Their motto is, it's never a bad time for a good story. And those folks know how to tell a story. Check them out there at lifeinthecarolinas.com. Also, Vitamin Depot on Celanese Road. Vitamin Depot can be reached at 803-328-5800. They are behind the Dunkin' Donuts and Burger King. Ask them about Infla 650. Ask them about CBD oil. Check out their local honey. Good products you need to know about. Well, the sun just came out. Michael, is the view still okay, or do I need to close those blinds? No, we're good. The sun came out. That's a good thing. Well, as I showed you in my little preview for today's episode, we are going to make Greek onions. And I went ahead and peeled these onions for us. I cried a little bit while I did it. Oh, my goodness. I told my husband, make sure you take out these onion peels, or the house is going to smell very interesting when we get home today. So we're just cutting these in various sizes because, you know, I don't have time to be precise. I told you that's why I don't bake. I make pies because you can just throw it all together in a mixing bowl, throw it in a pie crust and call it a pie. But we don't want really thin slices, unless that's what you like. And we're just laying these out here on this baking sheet. This is one of the easiest recipes you're going to make. You want to preheat your oven to 400 degrees. And make sure that you've got your parchment paper. You know, we've talked about parchment paper before. Can y'all tell I've still got this cold? It showed up last Wednesday night. So now I'm over, well, I'm about day 8 or 9 of this thing. I guess day 8. And it likes me. It doesn't want to go away. And my daily dose, look how consistent I am. I've got one thick piece and one little piece, but it really doesn't matter, and I like that. I've had my daily dose of Dayquil. That stuff's good stuff. I have a friend that loves NyQuil, but as I told you, I discovered I can't take NyQuil because I have an ulcer. That was not a good thing to do. Well, let's see if I can get that one cut down a little bit more. We're not being, it's not science here. It's just getting them done. All right, now, find a place for all of them on this tray. Parchment paper so we don't have to clean up later. We don't have time to clean up anything, do we? Now I want to spray these. You can use olive oil if you prefer. It's just more work. I'm all about making it easy. So this is olive oil spray. You can get butter spray. I don't care, whatever you like to do. Just give a good coating there on each of your pieces. All right. And then we're going to sprinkle them with salt that I've hidden. Here it is. You know, they say you're supposed to sprinkle from high up and you get an even distribution. If they say so. And then we're going to put these in the oven at 400 degrees. And we're going to set the timer for 15 minutes. Well, my oven isn't really on, it's a trick. Because you're going to bake these until they're done. And that's going to vary depending on how thick you made your onions. And I've already made some in advance for you. But you're going to bake them in 15-minute intervals. So set your timer for 15 minutes, and you're going to have to do it for another 15 minutes. But you'll turn them every 15 minutes and then set your timer. If you've got them very thick, it could take an hour to bake them. If you've got them medium to thin, you might be looking at 45 minutes to a half hour. Then when they come out of the oven, what you're going to do, oh, wait a minute before I tell you what we're going to do with that. That's my finished product. Michael, come around the corner here. And let's get to the frying pan. Because in the frying pan, we've got to prepare some almonds. So again, we're going to use the butter spray and coat that pan real well. And I just have a bag of sliced almonds. They don't have to be sliced almonds. The slivered almonds, whatever you happen to have. We're just going to put those in that pan. And let's get them to toasting. I've got them on about medium high. We're going to throw just a little bit of salt on those. And let's get this one. Got a non-stick pan, so I don't want to mess up the coating on my pan. Just give them a little toss here. Can you see in here, Michael? Come closer, Mr. Cameraman. So we're going to just let these lie in here. Now, I'm going to tell you what can happen without you trying hard at all. You can burn these little boogers, and then you're going to have a smell in your house you're not going to enjoy. And nuts aren't cheap, so don't do that. It's just going to take a few minutes, and we're going to toss these and have some toasted almonds. While those are going, I want to show you this book that I'm giving away. This book is called The Last Childhood, A Family Story of Alzheimer's, and it's by Carrie Jane Knowles. I interviewed Carrie on my podcast. You can go back and check it out. This is a good book. I enjoyed it. Now, I marked in it in a couple places, things that I really like, stories that she told. She tells a story in here about why her mom canceled the life insurance. Her mom had Alzheimer's. Why mom canceled life insurance, and she told it because Catholics didn't have life insurance. Well, that's not true, but somehow in Mom's mind, that's what this lady's mom had figured out. So, no life insurance. What a bad story that was. Or bad event, rather. But I'm giving this book away, and if you are the first person to write in and tell me who made the games that I demonstrated yesterday. I just demonstrated a sensory touch game, and I demonstrated a painting game. Who made that? It's 2 words. Who made it? If you're the first one, I'll mail you this book, and you'll enjoy it. It's a good book. Let's see how my nuts are doing over here. And I'm not talking about all you nuts out there that I know, because I know a lot of you folks. Yeah, let's get them a little bit browner. Might take a little bit, but as they brown, we're going to pretend they're brown here, okay? And I'll do these later for my supper. After they're brown, you're going to take your onions out of the oven, and you're going to sprinkle on them those nuts, and then you're going to spread on them some feta cheese. Look at this little container. Now, if you live locally, Harris Teeter has this buy one, get one free, which means you can get one at half price. It's got a little shaker. You can just shake some feta cheese on there. Now, this feta cheese has been in the oven. You put the nuts on the onions, and then you put the feta cheese, put it back in the oven. Yeah, I almost said put it back in the onion. Put it back in the oven to begin to melt and soften and darken that feta cheese a little bit. And let me tell you, this is so good. Now tonight when we have dinner, we will have this with quinoa patties. I've told you about the quinoa patties from Aldi. They're absolutely fabulous. They'll go in the oven too on some parchment paper. I have to turn them halfway through. And I'm going to serve this with something that I don't serve a lot because it does have a sugar content to it, and that's baked beans. I bet that made him, yeah, Michael's eyes went up. He went, yay, baked beans. Somehow baked beans and these cooked onions just go together really well. Now, I didn't bring my timer. Let's see how I'm doing. I think I'm doing pretty good. That's all there is to these wonderful Greek onions, and you are going to be surprised. The flavors come together so well. It's a very good dish. All right, what else did I want to talk about? All right, I've got a funny for you today. Here it is. Bread is like the sun. It rises in the yeast, and it sets in the waste. Ain't that the truth, girlfriend? Staying away from bread. My friend Charlotte has lost 20 pounds in about 2 months because she gave up bread and she gave up baked stuff. Well, I don't eat bread and I don't eat baked stuff. I have not lost 20 pounds. I know that's true. Not true. I actually lost 100 pounds giving away all that, or giving up all that stuff. And then the rest of it has just stuck around. All right. Well, that's the simple menu recipe for today. Try this. Let me know if you liked it. Let me know if you didn't like it. I don't know why you wouldn't unless you don't like onions. But it's very good. I want to thank our sponsors today. Oh, let me get my notes up here. Vitamin Depot on Celanese Road, 803-328-5800. Check them out. See what products they have for the things you might need. They've got lots of wonderful natural supplements for various things that are going on in your body. And I very much like that. Life in the Carolinas at lifeinthecarolinas.com. They've got a little trailer right now that has to do with Blackbeard and a 6-pound cannon. In the Carolinas? Really? It's pretty neat. Check it out. Well, I hope you have a good day. I hope you have a great weekend. Tomorrow's Friday, and I don't know what that means for you. For the Howells, it means we get to sleep late because we don't do this show on Fridays. We're already looking forward to that. But don't tell anybody we get to sleep late because they'll mess it up for us. Well, our scripture for today is, "Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." Well, that makes me feel good. Be sure to write in. The first one who tells me who made the games that I talked about yesterday will receive this copy of The Last Childhood, A Family Story of Alzheimer's, and I'll mail it to you. I hope you have a great day. Keep smiling, and I'll see you Monday morning. Bye.